How's it going, guys? Electron Man. Well, we've got a laptop brought in to do repair on. It's a Lenova. This Lenova is. It's a G510s Touch. This has actually got a touchscreen. That's pretty cool, but it's a G510. Is it right? Yeah. G510s. And basically the customer says that it no longer powers on or charges. So, you know, that could be a gamut of stuff. They said if they wiggle around the power plug, sometimes it'll come on. Alright, we'll go ahead and plug it in and see if I get any reaction out of it. Oh. Well, nothing going on there. Let's see if we got any output going into first thing we'll check is the power supply, obviously. .21 volts, huh? Okay, so it is getting voltage. What is this? Okay, so we are getting voltage to that. So, oh goody. Let's take the back off and see what we got going on here. Oh boy. Take the million screws out they usually have on the back of them. I like these little pin screwdrivers. There is. Usually is. I always make sure and pull that battery pack because there's usually a couple of screws hidden behind there. Hard drive. Needs the SSD there. I'd sure be upgrading it to that if it was me. I got a little broke plastic. It's got a weak spot in that hinge right there, boy. That's a bad break right there. Well, shoot. The last thing you want to do is get it to work. Now, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 screws so far. Yeehaw. And they wonder why it's so expensive to do laptop repairs. Still got one holding me up over here. I got an iron and just taking all the screws out. Before I can even start troubleshooting it. Okay, we're getting close. Looks like it's that fan. Voila. Oh goody. I get to fight putting them ribbon cables back in there. Oh boy, that's a bad place to break there. Okay. Well, that's a bad place for a break. I don't know what I can do about that. Okay, I just got it to boot. So what's causing me my problem here? Is it the plug or is it the power supply? So it's losing connection, but where is it losing connection at? Well, I've diagnosed it down to, I got some wire here that's not behaving well. Just don't know which one it is. I'm beginning to think it's in the plug here. So it comes up and starts running fine. You can't see it, but I'm getting the screen coming up here. So I'm getting it to power up, but the problem is it this part of the plug, or is it that part of the plug? I'm guessing it's the part that goes inside the computer. Every time I touch it, it loses it, so. Yeah, it's got to be the. Okay, well. Time for some parts ordering, it looks like to me. Oh boy. So, kind of thought that might be. I've had a couple of these before, and these are. Let's see, go ahead. I'll show you this part here. I don't think they're overly expensive, but they're seem to be prone to breakage. Something in here is broke. You want the wire little plug here, because I could just barely move it and wasn't getting any flex on this part of the power supply. I sure was on this one. I'm gonna bet on it's this guy right here. Kind of worried about this frame being broke right here, though. That's not a good thing. I don't know what I could do to stiffen that up either. Probably what caused the wire to break is the, I don't know if you can see that or not, but the frame's broke right here. So when he hinges, it's twisting that whole piece of plastic, and that wire goes up underneath there and around here, and I imagine it's stressing on it when you're pulling. I'm going to have to look at what I could do to possibly strengthen that. Let me get online there and order the parts. We're going to find out if we can get one of these little pigtails here. And obviously it's gotten stressed somewhere here. And they're so small, I don't know if I could... If it's even more troubleshooting. I'll see how much it is. I mean, I might be able to strip those back and resolder it, but golly. Those are little. Yeah, let me see what that costs. Well, guys, I went out there on eBay and they wanted $10 for this little plug, and I'm a cheap guy and I didn't want to have to mess with it. Then I'm going to have to wait for it, blah, blah, blah. So, anyway, I went ahead and took the plug and I took a pair of tweezers and just kind of pulled on each one of those tabs on the back side. And sure enough, I got to that second to the top one, and you can see I've already soldered it back. But when I went to just slightly pull on it, it slid right off. So, it had broke right there where the connection had broke. So, all I did was pull the insulation off and solder, tap a little bit of solder, delicate solder in there, by the way, guys, very delicate, but was able to go ahead and strip that back, and since it was only one, I just soldered it back on there, and I've already tested it, it fixed it. So the whole problem with this thing was this plug. You can buy one for $10, and probably the best way to do it would be that, but since it was only one wire, and it looks like I've got a good safe connection there. It doesn't have the insulation anymore, but there's nothing but plastic around it, and I think I might even put a little tape over just to protect it. But yeah, I think that'll do the trick. Now what I gotta do is get this silly thing all back together and test it one last time. But yeah, I'm gonna have more in labor in pulling it apart and putting it back together than anything. But yeah, you can buy this power plug here. It's the AC/DC, I think they call it power plug. But I did find them out on eBay for around $10, free shipping. So you can just unplug it as I did and put a new one in there, or you can do what I did and go ahead and just kind of see if maybe one of the wires got snapped. That's what I figured, is this got torqued because it's not held in there real good, and it probably got torqued, and when it got torqued, it pulled strain on that wire and broke that wire right off of that pin right there. I'm going to try and see if I can't reinforce it a little bit, maybe put a little glue there or something. I don't want to do anything that'd be too permanent. I mean, what if you need to replace it again? But it's not a real good design there. I don't care for this type of power plug. But anyway, let me go ahead and see if I can't get it supported back in there and get her back together. Okay, now I got the plug reinstalled. Now I just got to put the 4 million screws back in it here. Cool thing about these is they do mark them 2 and 2.5s, which that seems to be the only two sizes that it really uses. Anyway, we'll go ahead and see what we can do about it. It's about as tight as I want to get. Yeah, this is where it's broke at, guys. I mean, I bet you this is not the only Lenova does it, but right here, the plastic's broke here and here because that hinge pulls back. It's kind of a weakness there. It does happen when you get the backbone on it, but it's even broke on this side, as you can see. But anyway, that's not what I was in here to repair. I was in here to repair that it would power up. So it's probably been that way a while, and I do think that's what caused it to mess with the wires, is that torquing at the top back there. But that's what's left on this cover here. Kind of slides in. These last 3 screws in here, and call this one a done deal. Interesting, if you have that problem with this to where it's just not powering up and it got torqued and that plug feels loose, you can about bet it that's a weak point on more than one of them. Definitely something to check. As you saw how I checked it, pretty easy to diagnose. Okay. And looks like we got all the screws back in there. Snap the old battery back in. don't feel too bad on the hinges. Okay. Yeah, see, it definitely has a little weakness there. Just tighten it up a little bit more, but I'm just almost afraid to. Too much torque on there. Okay. And now for the big reveal. Just like butter. One fixed Lenova laptop. G510 touch. This is just cool. This has actually got a touch screen on it, but it's a nice little laptop, but wow, that's not a good design there. Anyway, if you have a problem with that little square plug, definitely something to check is that little adapter, that cable that I showed you. And I think the easiest way I did it was just to kind of check the wires and make sure that they're still connected, because you can get torqued and twisted real easy. Anyway, hopefully this video helped you out a little bit. Just kind of an information video on a 510. And good luck with your repairs out there. This is Electron Man. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit that bell so you know when the next cool video is coming out. Have a great day, guys.